Right now, South Carolina has more than 24 inmates on death row and no way to legally carry out their executions. But a push at the State House could allow capital punishment to resume for the first time in more than a decade. Capital punishment is still on hold until the state Supreme Court rules on the legality of the electric chair in the firing squad. State House reporter Mary Green has the details on the status of that case.
The state Supreme Court has not yet delivered a ruling on whether the firing squad and the electric chair are constitutional, and there's no deadline for them to do that. But even if justices strike down both those methods of execution, a bill moving through the South Carolina Senate right now could restart the state's third method, lethal injection.
Seems to me, looking through the eyes of the defendant, I would like to have that option. And the only way you're going to get that option is to use a device like this, a statute like this, so we can get the drugs.
South Carolina's supply of lethal injection drugs expired 10 years ago, and the state says drug makers and compounding pharmacies won't sell more if their identities could be revealed. This Senate panel voted along party lines to advance what's known as a shield law in South Carolina.
This is not a guarantee that we'll be able to obtain the drugs. This is just another tool that we will be able to use to obtain the drugs and go to the companies and say, you will be protected from public disclosure.
Meaning the public wouldn't be able to find out who's providing these drugs to South Carolina and how much the state is paying for it. Opponents of the bill say that's alarming, with even lawmakers kept in the dark.
We want full disclosure, full transparency when it comes to every aspect of our government, especially when it comes to government killings on citizens.
But others say victims won't get justice until executions resume.
Crime victims have a contract with the state that the murderer of their loved one received the death penalty.
Brian Sterling, who oversees the state's prison system, says some states with shield laws have been able to carry out lethal injections. Others haven't.
And it really is across the board what the success is. And frankly, I think it just comes down to, do you have a compounding pharmacy that's willing to sell you the drugs? I mean, this is a big deal. I mean, it's a personal decision for that pharmacy and the people.
And Sterling says corrections directors are even tight-lipped amongst themselves about this, saying that those who work in states that are currently able to carry out lethal injections aren't just offering up this information about where and how they're getting these drugs, because he says this is such a litigious process. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
Governor Henry McMaster has voiced his support for a shield law in the past, calling for the General Assembly to pass one in his State of the State address 2 years ago.